Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Investing with Jimmy. Thank you so much for joining me. We had 3 straight days now that the stock market has rallied. My absence was because I was on a cruise. I just got back today and I did make a sale today. I did leave some money for sure on the table. I could very well have left some money on the table. But let me tell you something real quick. Never worry about buying at the rock bottom or selling at the top. Always just be happy with your decision. Don't worry about, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. The key, guys, is to make money and move on. Every time you make a trade, make your money, be happy, move on. You could either have the intentions of holding it long, you could have the intentions of selling it quick. I made the announcement. Now, if you guys look at every single video that I have made so far on this channel, I have been accurate about every single stock. I want to share something with you. I might even try to find this guy's YouTube channel. This guy has 240,000 people that watch him. And I remember just on Thursday night of last week, the stock market was closed on Friday. And I was getting ready to go on my trip. And this guy, who has 248,000 people, was literally showing AMD and Nvidia, telling everybody that they should bail out on those two stocks. I could not absolutely believe it. I couldn't believe it. So it just goes to show you, and this was when AMD was at $87 a share. And I just bought AMD the day before I watched his video. And he's literally telling everybody to dump it because it's on a downward spiral. Yes, AMD, let's take a quick look at it, guys. All right. AMD was on a downward spiral, but so was almost every other stock in 2025. Okay. Look at today. Now, I sold it, guys, today at $93.07. So I was making $300 for every dollar. So every time it goes up a dollar, I would make 300. Every time it goes down a dollar, I would be down 300. So the first day that I owned it, I watched it go down about $2.50. So I got down about $700 right after I purchased it. And then it rebounded and got those $2 back and went up more. So what the guy was doing was he was looking at it like this, okay? So he was going from here. This is a 5-year chart. He was going from here and he was like, look at the decline. Look at this thing just decline all the way down, guys. Get rid of it. You know, I mean, I don't know where some of these people, you guys, you have to be careful, very careful on who you listen to on YouTube. So here's a guy. I'm a brand new channel, okay, on the stock market. Okay, I'm a brand new channel. But I can promise you there is no way that I would have ever given you advice to sell AMD when it was $87. Okay, so if we look, so let's look at a 5-day. Okay, here's a 5-day chart. This is exactly when this guy, let's get to the $87. Okay, hold on. Bear with me, guys. Okay, we'll get to the $87 mark. Okay, where are we at here? 86, 80, 80, 86 something. Okay, so this is where he's telling you to sell it. Right there. Look what this stock does right after he tells you to sell it. It goes all the way up to the top. And it's at 94.08. Okay, so why did I sell it? Do I think it's going to go back down? I really don't know. I sold it and I told each and every one of you guys that I was going to sell it. So here's my proof, and I shared this with you guys. Okay, so if you look at this, this is when we bought it. We bought it right here on April. Let's see if I can move this down a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we bought this, guys, on April 17th. Okay. And that was on a Thursday of last week. And then the stock market was closed, I believe, on Friday the next day. Yes, it was closed the next day. So we bought it on the 17th. It was closed. The market was closed on the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th. So for the first 3 days, there was no movement whatsoever because everything was closed. So the first day was on Monday, and I was on the trip, and I was on the cruise. And Monday was a horrible day. I looked down and I saw it was down like $2 a share. And I was like, okay, it didn't worry me. It didn't worry me at all. Like I said, you're never going to time it perfectly. But I was happy with what I paid. And I already was prepared that it could go down to $77. I think I've even mentioned that in the video to you guys. So what ended up happening was, and I've got this guy making this video with 248,000 subscribers, and this guy's telling everybody to sell it, and I'm just going, what is this guy talking about? So, I end up getting back from my cruise, and here is our sale, and as you can see, we went from 26,100 to 27,900. So that's what, $1,800. And there it is on April 24th. So I sold it at $93.07. Now I would be up another $300 right now. So I would really be at $28,200. And guys, it's very possible that this could go up further before it comes back down. We don't know. With the way that the market works, there's so much manipulation. One person says something that somebody like Trump or somebody like the rates, the Federal Reserve, anything, any time that they want to say something that causes it to go down, it happens all the time. It's a game. It's a game. So you have to figure out what what works for you. Do you want the quick trades where you make a quick $1,800, or do you want to go for the 5,000, the 10,000, the 15,000? Well, we want to have a mix of what we're doing. Okay, so we want to have a mixture of that. So let's go ahead and get rid of this that you guys saw the trade. I always tell you guys that I'll share the trades with you. You guys saw on my last video, it showed me actually in my account buying it. Well, I'll always share when I buy and when I sell. Okay. Now, did I sell smart? I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't care. Okay. Because we were successful with the trade. Guys, I went on a cruise. I came back to almost $2,000. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. All right. So the previous AMD entry that I told you guys to look for to buy was when it was $78 and $79. And I said, hey, buy it anytime you see it from 79 to 83. Okay. So what would be the entry right now? We don't know, because we don't know what it's going to do right now. So what I would do is I'm personally going to forget about the stock right now. I never force anything. Let things happen as they play out, okay? I'm not going to FOMO buy if this gets up to 100 and everybody's raving about it and this and that. No, I will not own it. I will not own it. I only buy after markets are in the red and I see things getting beat up. That's the only time you're going to ever see me buy. I never will buy when everybody just keeps buying and buying and buying. All right. The next one is I told you guys about Nike. Okay. I told you about Nike. Let's take a look. Okay. Now we owned Nike 2 times already. You guys have seen me buy and sell Nike 2 times already. 2 successful trades already. Okay, in a short period of time that I've had this investing with Jimmy. We've been successful each time. Let's take a look at a 5-day. Okay, and guys, look, this sucker was $54. Now it's all the way up to 58. $4 a share is a good return for your money. This stock, I told you, you will double your money. If you hold this stock will hit about $110 to $116. I don't know how long it will take, but I can tell you that this stock will double. There is no ifs or buts about it. So if you look at a 1 year on this, you're still way down here, guys. So $58 is not a bad deal. Now, what was our entry before? We wanted to buy it between $53 and $55. Okay, right now, I'm going to hold off on entering on this stock. I'm going to see what it does. Okay, it's been in the green for 3 straight days. Let's just take a break and see what it does. Okay, we'll see if we have an entry point and we'll make a decision from there. Okay, now, Nike is one of those type of stocks that you could buy and forget about it. It just depends on what your goals are. Okay, if you don't want to go back, if you don't want to constantly be buying and flipping, because what's going to happen eventually is that you're going to use money to buy something like Nike, and then you're going to sell it, just like we did with AMD, and just like we did with Nike 2 times already. We're going to sell it, we're going to make our little profit, and then it's going to end up taking off where you're going to end up having to justify paying $65 for it when you could have bought it for $50. Okay, it's going to happen. You got way too much room up here, guys. You're talking $94 back here. You're talking $89 here, guys. You're down at the bottom. So the more that it rises up and you think it's still going to keep coming back and back and back down, you could miss the boat. So you have to decide if it dips again when you buy it, you might want to stay in it until you get it up to like $79 or $80. Okay, just giving you a heads up. You don't have to. It's up to you. You could do whatever you want. Let's take a look at PayPal. Okay, PayPal is killing it now. When we were buying PayPal, we were getting it for $57. $57. Okay, now we look at a 5-day. Right down here at the bottom, it was $60. Now you're at 64. Same scenario. Look at the 1 year, guys. Look at the 1 year. You're way down here. A lot of room for money here, guys. This is $78 right there. Okay? You don't have to get top dollar for it, even if it goes up another $10 per share. Okay? We just have to hope that they push bad news again to bring these back down. That's what we're hoping for. Okay? All right. Another one. Okay? I have a lot with Google. Guys. I have a lot of shares with Google. Okay, now Google was going through all kind of crazy stuff lately. Okay, if we look at Google, bear with me here. What happened to my chart here? Bear with me, guys. Let's go back here. Something happened with Google. And now let's click back on Google. I must have hit something that wasn't showing the chart. So, okay, so we got a chart now. Okay, so let's look at the 1 month with Google. Okay, so look, you had Google's been all over the place, guys. We had it at 154. The other day it went all the way down to 147. It was just at 147 like 5 days ago. And now it went from 147 to 160. Okay? So Google, I told you guys, I made a video. If you look at all the videos that I made, I said, guys, Google is a good buy right now. I think I told you that when it was $147 or $148, $150. And you could have made $10 a share. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, we're not going to get into Nvidia. You guys already know, Nvidia obviously is a decent stock, but we are going to get into ELF. ELF is another one that I told you we can make big money on this stock right here. Okay, this sucker was at $49, guys, just last week. $49. You are talking about $11 per share that you would have made within 5 days. 1 month. Look at this, guys. 1 month was at 50. It hit $49 on this day. Look at that, $49.95. No, it went to $49.40. $49.40, and that was on 4/16. That was basically a little over a week ago. That was basically a week ago. Okay? You would have made $11 a share on this bad boy. Okay? And now it's way up here. Now, if we look at a 1 year, look where we are. These are why I picked these stocks. These are why I picked these stocks. So what we're going to do is hope that ELF falls a little bit. But guys, there's no guarantee that it's ever going to come back down to $49 again. There's no guarantee. So you might have to end up paying more for it. But there's a lot of room for growth here. Look at this. This is a stock that used to be just a year ago, less than a year ago, $170. Just right here, in February of this year, it was $100, $105. These are why I picked these stocks for you guys. Okay, ELF, you got to get in it. So sure, it could come back down to about the $55 range, but there's no guarantee that it does. Okay, so you have to decide, do I want to get in and just forget about it? Okay, let it come down, hope that it comes down, jump in and forget about it until you make your money. Okay, sooner or later, you're going to regret selling it. I can tell you that. I'm taking a chance on doing these short flips because the market is not proven to me that it's really taking off yet. It seems to be on a roll for these last 3 days, but it's just rebounding from getting beat up so much. Think about it, guys. They got to give you some good days. Otherwise, nobody's going to invest. They can't just keep stealing all your money all the time. They have to pay back some money. Okay, let's take a look at what SOFI is doing. Okay, SOFI is another one that we talked about, guys. I told you about this stock when it was, I told you between the $9 and $10 range. And here it is, up $12.26. Okay, if you look at a 1 month chart, it was way down here. Let's see what the low was. Right here was the low, $9.24. This month, you would have made, what is that, $4? $4 a share on a stock that was $9. $4. You would have almost doubled your money. Okay? You would have made a lot of money. So we want to pay attention to this one between the $9 and the $10 range. Will it go back that much? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Okay? See, Win. Win was another one that I like a lot. Okay, let's look for Win. Okay, let's go ahead and do a search for Win. Win might be out of reach now, guys. I don't know. We'll have to look. Win Resources is at 81. Oh my God. This one has totally taken off, guys. This one has totally taken off, guys. This one we were being able to buy between $65 and $67 a share. Guys, you're talking $13, $14 a share that we would have made. This is a 1 year. Okay. 5 year looks even more Actually, you're around the middle. You're around the middle on both of them. But that's where it is now. It was down here. It was down here when we were talking about it. So, do I expect to get this anymore for $65 to $67 a share? No, I don't. I really don't. So, this one, we get around here is 95. Yeah, so I'm kind of losing opportunity with Win. Win would not really be on my list right now because we missed the boat. We missed the boat. That was an easy $10 a share. Easy $10 a share. And when you're buying big guys, $10 a share is a lot of money. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't have really like a specific move that I'm making right now. I have a ton of Google stock. I'm very happy that Google's finally bouncing back. Google's went through a lot of lawsuit stuff going on. A lot of people acting like it was on the decline. Guys, this is Google. Okay, Google ain't going nowhere. Okay, they one of the top leaders of AI. They're gonna have tons of robots. They're gonna have tons of. They're always gonna be with whatever's happening and whatever makes them money. They've got tons of money. They're one of the best uh, companies you could buy is Google. So there's still opportunity with Google. Let's go ahead and wait for some of these stocks to see if they start declining over the next couple days. Um, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a little bit of a slowdown where it starts going backwards, and then we'll make a move, and I'll keep you up to date on what I do. Okay, guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I highly recommend that you do. I've been right on every single video that I've made so far. Every single one of them, you would have made money. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to have a stock sometimes that I pick that goes down and you're in the red for a while. Sometimes that happens, but you got to hold it out. You have to hold it out. I have, I hear about people all the time. They buy something, they start losing money, and they panic and they sell, and then they end up losing their money. It's part of the game. They can't always be winners. But I can promise you this, if I make a good deal on a stock and I believe in that stock, I am not selling. I'm not one of those people. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give me a like, subscribe to this channel, and I will catch you on the next one.